some kits and some builds I've done. Cause model building is supposed to be fun. So push play and away we go. It's time for the Glue Bomb Show. Yeah, it's time for the Glue Bomb Show. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Hey everybody, Dave Weiss here for the Glue Bomb Show. One of the things that I love to do on my long commutes, and I have many long commutes, is listen to podcasts. And some of my favorite podcasts are the model building podcasts. I love to listen to these guys. Especially, there's three that I really listen to a lot, and they are Plastic Model Mojo, the Plastic Posse podcast, and the Model Geeks podcast. And I just enjoy them, right? It's a bunch of friends that are sitting around talking about models. It's almost like being in a model club. And I don't have a local club that I can participate in person. I do have a group called Kingdom Builders that I'm a part of online, and I love that as well. But when I listen to all these podcasts, they started talking around the same time of year, early in my listening, and they started talking about this thing called a Moose-a-roo. And I had no idea what a Moose-a-roo was at all. For all I knew, it was some kind of tank I never heard of or a plane I never heard of. I didn't know. But as I listened a little more, what I discovered is it's sort of this informal, kind of for fun competition that they have among the podcasters, where each year they get a kit. And each podcast gets a kit, and they have to build it, and then they kind of have a contest basically for bragging rights. And each year is some kind of strange thing for them, usually. And this year, they were talking about building a drift car. Kind of like Fast and the Furious, stuff like that. And I thought, that sounds like fun. And no, I am not a podcaster. I am not on the level of these guys or anything like that. But I thought, you know what? I can listen to what they're doing. And I can jump in and get my own kit and build one, and it'll be my entry. No, I'm not really entered. I'm not really a part of it, but it would be my entry into the competition. And what I decided I would do is I would try to work it in such a way that I could do it and learn some things. So they were doing these drift cars. They were doing an Aeoshima kit. Aeoshima, a Japanese company, I believe, and they do some really nice kits. And each guy got a different kit. One guy per podcast builds the model. And I thought, well, I'll get myself an Aeoshima car, kind of a drift car kind of thing. And so I picked up this Aeoshima Skyline. And I thought, what am I going to do with this? They were talking about lighting it and all this other stuff. And I have to admit, I wanted to do lights on it, but the lighting really wasn't in the budget this year. And so I decided not to do the lighting. But I wanted to try to learn some new skills in doing this because I'm not really a member of it or anything like that. I just decided to join in and see what I could do and then share my photos with the folks on the podcast and just say, here's what I came up with. So I decided I was going to do a couple things. I was going to design my own decals for it. I was going to put a driver in it. I was going to, I'll get to that in a second. I was going to do a couple other things. I want to build a vignette with it. I didn't get the vignette done. I decided I wanted to have this done before their deadline, right? Even though the deadline doesn't apply to me at all because I'm not really in it. But I thought I'm going to try to do it anyway, right? I'm just going to participate as if I were in it. And so I didn't get a chance to do the groundwork and the vignette. I am going to do those, and I'll share that in a later episode. But I wanted to share the finished car with you because I'm really happy with the way it came out. Now, one of my first ideas was these cars all have wings, right? And I thought, I'm going to get a small plane, and I showed that in a previous episode. And I'm just going to use the wings. I'm just going to cut the wings down. I'm going to make a wing for the car. And I started to play around with it, started to try to figure it out. And I'll be honest with you, I got to the point where I was frustrated with it, and I decided it wasn't going to look right. And so I decided just to use the wing that came with the car. But now that I'm thinking airplane wing, right, I've got this whole idea, I'm going to make it look like a fighter plane. But I didn't want to make it look like, olive drab and flat camos and all that. I wanted it to look like a drift car. So I thought, well, shiny camo, metallic camo. But how am I going to paint camo? I had done a camo plane once and I used tape on it and it looked okay, but it wasn't anything I was super proud of. And so I think I already shared this video. If I didn't, it's coming up soon. This product called Fun Tack that you use it's blue stuff that you use to hang posters on walls. And I had heard that it was a pretty good masking material for camo. And so that was my first experiment. I masked it off in camo. And and then I was going to design decals. Now, I wasn't sure exactly what to do with the decals because most of the decals that I have made, and I've only made very few, have been transparent. And transparent on camo is going to disappear. So I knew I needed to get the white stuff. But I also knew with the white stuff, I had to trim it exactly to where I wanted it. So I got the white film. I have to admit, it worked pretty well, but there were places where it didn't lay down that it should have laid down better. And I even used Solvaset on it and couldn't melt them completely flat. For the most part, they look pretty good, but I do have a wrinkle in one or two. But I thought, how am I going to place them? What's it going to look like? So what I did was I took my instruction sheet and I photographed it. I photographed the place where it told me where they want their decals from the kit. And then I went into Photoshop, I cut all that out, and I made up a plan where I put all my decal designs on it to see how it all worked. I'll show you what that looks like now. For those of you who are airplane purists, I want to give you a little bit of rest for your mind. Yes, I know Zeros probably weren't camoed that way. From all I've seen, a lot of them were that plain green color. But I decided to do this a little bit ahead of time because I got to admit, my first intention was not to do a Zero. My first intention was to do it with a tiger face like a P40. But when I looked at the contours of the body and the ground effects, which mine already had, by the way, I couldn't figure out a way to move it around to make it look the way I wanted it to look. And so I thought, well, what else can I do that's a little simpler? And because it's a Japanese car, the Zero came to mind. And I decided, let's do it as a Zero. And of course, I didn't just want to do a straight up Zero, so I put the Z on it. And here's what we got. I used AI to make a sort of a kamikaze pilot in anime style and put him on as kind of a graphic and then worked the Zero stripes around. And overall, I really had a lot of fun with this one. It's a really cool kit. And I can't wait to do the vignette. I'm really hoping I can get that done and learn how to do some ground effects. Because not ground effects, groundwork, which is something else I've really wanted to learn to do for a very long time. So, what can we learn from this? Well, first of all, these kind of contests can be a lot of fun. I know I'm not an official member, but I tried to stay within the parameters of the contest and do something that would fit. Now, I am not the quality of a builder of a lot of the guys in that podcast. I'm sure I wouldn't win, but I had a good time. And that's what's most important to me. I genuinely enjoy these things. This kit is very simple. It's a curbside kit. You can see that underneath it's got a molded in engine. And so I just had to paint it. And mainly, I think the most detailed thing about it is probably in the cockpit. Yes, I did give it a driver. But I'll tell you what, this was fun. I just noticed now I'm going to have to do a little search for the passenger side rearview mirror because I knocked it off somehow. Probably when I was bringing it down here to do my recording. I'm sure it's here somewhere. Hopefully the carpet monster didn't get it, but we'll be all right regardless. When I put this onto the display base, my plan is to have it look like the back end is drifting out. I love that they put steerable wheels on this for that reason. So as I work on the drift of it coming around a turn, I want to put some tire smoke out the back here. And yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But even if I don't get to do that, I had a really good time building this kit. The kit fits together beautifully. It's really nicely engineered. Again, curbside, so there's no engine to put in it or anything like that. But so it's not a hard kit to build, but it was a fun kit to build. The folks at Aeoshima do nice work. If you ever get the opportunity to build one, pick one up. Like I say, I usually build muscle cars, so this, I think, is my first Japanese car. And yeah, it was nice. It was a really nice kit, really nice build. Got a detailed roll cage in there. My driver should probably have a helmet, because I have a feeling she drives like she needs one. No, I mean, she's a drift car driver after all. That's a dangerous thing to do. But, man, just a lot of fun. Well, guys, I hope you like this one. And, listen to the podcast if you don't. It's kind of like having a model building community around you that you can listen to, at least listen to other people. I will say they always manage to break my wallet, though. They talk about stuff, and I'm like, ooh, I want to try that. And that's what this ended up being, right? Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Inexpensive kit, about $30, I guess. I think I got it on sale. But, yeah, you can have a ball with them. And I did. And it's really nice. So that's what I got for you. Take care, guys. Remember, model building's supposed to be fun. I had fun with this one. The podcasts are fun. And find yourself a building community, too. I mean, my online group is fantastic. Kingdom Builders, I really thoroughly enjoy them. If you get a chance, check them out on Facebook and get involved. Anyway, that's what we got for you for today. Take care. And again, model building's supposed to be fun.
We'll check out some kits and some builds I've done, 'cause model building is supposed to be fun. So push play and away we go. It's time for the Glue Bomb Show. Yeah, it's time for the Glue Bomb Show.